Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-14-2, otherwise known as the school bus. It's the Soviet Tier 8 SPG, and it's located on the north spawn of Halluf, and it's under the command of Mummy of Philo. Now, it's otherwise known as the Special Purpose Heavy Triplex. It's based on the T-35 heavy tank, a multi-turreted heavy tank built by the Soviets, but never put into service. And it does have some elements of the T-28. Oh, we've had a bad driver here. Now, it can carry the B2 152mm howitzer or the B4, the 203mm howitzer. And it's one of the most powerful of the Tier 8 Artys, other than the GW Tiger P with the 21cm Morsa. Now, it's actually based originally on the SU-14, which is an artillery that was designed before the war and then put into service after it was put into storage before the war. And once it was put into service, it was firing from the grounds of Kubinka, where the Soviets now, or the Russians now, have their tank museum. Okay, well, we saw a Rheinmetallborsig Waffenträger over on the other side of the valley, and he was in that position there, so we fired a round in, and if he is still there, he's probably hurt. Tank destroyers don't tend to move about a lot, so it would be surprising if he had moved. Oh, T-50 goes down there. Unusual colours on that T-50. Okay, Conqueror, Tier 9, we're almost loaded. 37.13, was it one? Yes, 13 seconds on the reload. It's quite long. Round out. Oh, well, it was a splash for 260, a near miss. Now, it may be a long reload, but it's actually comparable in many ways with the GW Tiger P. So it's not really something to worry about. You are going to expect to take longer to reload. I mean, you've only got 16 rounds of ammunition to play with. So really, you do need to relocate after each shot because A, there's a possibility the enemy might see you, but you've got plenty of time to relocate because it's such a long reload. Unfortunately, you can't see the enemy there because they're hiding behind the corner. In fact, the only enemy that is visible is the ISM, and he's over there, and looks like Mummy's going to go for him instead. And that's a wise decision, because he's very shortly going to expose himself. And there's the Conqueror. He fires a round in, and direct hit. 440 hit points. That was a good one. And he stunned whoever was there at the same time. Now, the output damage on this 203B4 is 1,050 hit points. It's got a penetration of 52mm. Yes, he did stun the ISM. He was there at the same time. It's surprising that the Conqueror pulled back and allowed the ISM not to occupy that corner, because the ISM is one of those side-scraping tanks that seems to enjoy corners because of the rear-mounted turret. Well, we're almost loaded, and we're going for the ISM. Round out straight away. Probably going to land behind him. Oh, it didn't. It landed on him. It was a direct hit for 429, and he was taken out immediately afterwards. So that was a very valuable hit there. Unfortunately, he still doesn't have a kill, but I don't think that really matters because he is getting the damage in. But unfortunately, we've got a Striv 103 coming up the approach road. He's trying to get into the north area, and obviously that standard B, in fact both those standard Bs are going to have to do something about it shortly, or Mummy will have to take care of that Striv. Okay, he's loaded, ready to go. There he comes. Okay, if you can wait for him just to crest the rise. He's crested, round out, and it's a good hit. 411. It's a lot of damage. He's pulled back, and that's woken the Scorpion G and the Standard B up. It wasn't two Standard Bs, it was the Scorpion G there I was seeing, obscured. We've also got an SU-101. Everyone's doing well in the northwest corner. They're pushing the enemy back. And they might be able to deal with a bit of extra help. And we've also got that 416 to deal with at the center rock. But he is being hit. He is receiving fire, that 416. Looks like he picked the wrong place to be. That SU-101 is going to be very difficult to hit. He's over a ridgeline. The 416, well, no, he's very difficult to hit. He's over a ridgeline as well. And the Oho, well, he keeps dropping back. But you can see his turret occasionally. No, the 416 is... The trajectory of the SU-14-2 is not so good that you could actually lob a shell into that dip. Other Artys might be able to because they've got a better trajectory, but we can get that 60 TP. Round out. Should be good. It is. Well, it's the near miss for 378. And he's picked up some stun assists and the 60 TP's down. There's a 3-tank advantage now. They're doing very nicely. Mummy's relocating just a little. Now it's important to play the school bus, as it's known. In fact, some people have made skins of it looking like a school bus. I know Sir Rusty has made one. It looks very funny indeed. But it's important to play these because there's two very good Artys further up the table. The 212A, the tier 9, and the Object 261, the tier 10. And that's another near miss. 499 hit points off that IS-7. And a nice bit of stun, and the T-30 is going to drill him in the posterior. Oh, 769 hit points. And that's stun assist. So we're picking up some nice stun assistance here. 2.4k actual damage, 2k stun assist damage. And we've got an IS-4 climbing up the rock. We're almost loaded. We can land a shell on his engine deck. Mummy's lining him up. Ready? Round out. That looks good. It is! 465 directly into the side of him. It's tracked him. It's badly damaged him. It looks like the shell hit just between the turret ring and the turret itself. There's a yellow stain on the side of the turret. I think you can see that. That's the impact point. So he's probably lost a few crew members off that. And the IS-4's down. That means there are only 4 tanks left on the enemy team. The AMX-30, the Striv 103, the Borsig, and the M40 M43. Now we're looking for the M40 M43 at the moment. We're trying to look for Tracer in the enemy rear. I think Mummy's assuming that he's going to be at the back somewhere. He hasn't been seen near the cap, so he must have moved, relocated. It's logical to assume he's here. Yes, he is. Oh, there's an AMX-30. There's the Borsig. And he went down before we could see if he'd lost any hit points, because he might have been damaged by that shot earlier on in the battle. But the AMX-30 is definitely up there. And still looking for the Arty. He may have actually tried to go to the very edge of the map. The MX-30's gone. He's been dealt with. There's only the Striv 103 and the M40 left. And the Striv 103... Oh, he went back. There he is. Round out. Should hit him. It's a beautiful kill there. Right into his rear. There's the M40. He is at the edge of the map, but oh, he just shotgunned one of our tanks before being taken out, and that's game. They've got the victory. Nice play. Let's have a look at the end of battle. Oh, it's an ace tanker, and not only an ace tanker, it's the first ace tanker that Mummy has had in the SU-14-2. You know that because when you've got the scroll underneath the M, it shows it's the first time that you've ever got one. And he also managed to pick up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 11, and a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And I just want to have a quick look at the IS-4. Oh, he didn't take out any of the commander or the crew members, but he certainly did a lot of damage to that tank, 465 hit points. I thought most likely that he was going to take out either the gunner or the commander on that shot, but a nice shot it was too. So let's have a look at team scores. He managed to get 3,424 hit points of damage in that battle. He actually got the high caliber, he did get the highest damage. He didn't actually pick up the high caliber for some reason. Maybe it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit points in total, but it was certainly a very good battle. 3,424, higher than 60 TP, who managed to get 3,334, and the T30 2,891. The highest scorer on the enemy team was their M40-M43 with 3,054 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, well, he was a little further down the table with only 1 kill. Highest scorer was the Striv S1 with 4 and the T30 with 3. When it came to base XP, though, it was Mummy right at the top of the table, 1,240 base XP, and the reason for that, obviously, because he was a lower tier Arty in a higher tier game, and that's why he was picking up more XP with every shot he fired. This was a tier 10 game, and he was bottom tier, so every time he hit a top tier tank, he was earning much more, and he certainly did earn it in that battle. He put some lovely shots in there. So let's have a look at the detailed report. Well, 9 shots fired, 4 direct hits, 4 penetration, 5 splash. So every shell he fired did something, and that tends to make me think that he did hit the right metal. It doesn't show there, but well, he didn't hit the Borsig, but every shell he fired had some effect upon the enemy. So damage of 3,424 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 6 of the enemy, but he only destroyed 1. But he did do 3,270 hit points of stun assistance off 8 shots. So one of his shots didn't cause any stun, but the rest of them did damage and possibly multiple damage. Let's have a look at the credits. On a premium account, he earned 74,319, and he got a mission completion reward of 36,148, bringing up a grand total of 110,467 credits from one battle. And after repair and ammunition resupply, he actually took away 93,230 credits from a tier 10 game. That's a very good result for an Arty. He also picked up 30 bonds during that battle. Even though he only got a Gore's medal out of it, still got 30 bonds as a reward. And he also earned 1,860 XP, ×2 for the first victory, 279 for mission completion. So he took away 3,999 experience points altogether. And best of all, he completed SPG 15 for the T55A with honours. So he did it all in one game, and very nice it was too. 4,048 win 8 on that battle. So thanks very much indeed for sending in this replay, Mummy. Very much enjoyed that. It's good to see that the SU-14-2, the school bus, can be a very effective Arty. You don't need to run and hide in it, even though it's so big. You can actually play quite in the open, as you did, so long as you actually keep an eye on who's actually coming and trying to approach you. And you certainly dealt with that Striv 103 when he tried to sneak up the cliff and alerted your teammates to his presence. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.